Welcome to Mindful Monday. For those of you who are new, we start out with about 10 minutes of EFT tapping. Today we are tapping on self-worth and worthiness. Then we go into an activity for about 10 minutes. Today we're doing a 5 senses activity. And then after that, we do 10 minutes of reading. And we're still reading The Power of Now, so I'll be reading that for you. If you are all ready, go ahead and start tapping on your karate chop point. Today's tapping theme again is self-worth and worthiness. And here we go. Even though I am questioning my self-worth right now, I choose to show respect and compassion to myself. And even though I am questioning my value right now, I choose to completely love and accept myself. As well as anyone else connected to this. All this doubt, all this fear, all this questioning my worth, will I ever know my worth? Will I ever know my value? Whatever I am feeling is valid. And I allow myself to process it all now. Because I am ready to release any beliefs of unworthiness. And I choose to focus on the truth. That I always have been and always will be worthy. I know I am a valuable human being. I know I am worthy inside and out. And I love and accept myself just as I am. I know I always have been and always will be enough. I know I am worthy of unconditional love. I know I am worthy of respect. I know I am worthy of happiness and joy. I know I am worthy of peace. I know I am worthy of appreciation. I know I am worthy of relaxation. I know I am worthy of acceptance. I know I am worthy of fun. I know I am worthy of pleasure. I know I am worthy of creative expression. I know I am worthy of commitment. I know I am worthy of passion. I know I am worthy of wealth and abundance. I know I am worthy of fulfillment. I know I am worthy of freedom. I know I am worthy of all I desire to experience. It feels so good to finally believe that I am unconditionally worthy. And I now know and feel the truth of this all. Mind, body, and soul. And go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And if you have water nearby, grab a drink of water. All right, everyone, we're going to move on to our activity. This is the 5 senses exercise, okay? So I'm going to guide you through your 5 senses and give you some prompts and have you comment in the comments as we go along if you feel comfortable to do that. So we're going to start off with the sense of sight, okay? So what I'd like you to do right now is to look around your space and comment below 5 things that you can see. And I want you to look for things that you wouldn't normally notice. Or maybe they're things that you see regularly, but you haven't really observed them. So take a moment and look around and comment 5 things that you see in your space. All right, we're going to move on to the sense of touch here, or feeling. So the next thing I want you to do is find or observe 4 things that you can feel around you right now. And try to describe them in the sense of like if you touch something, like a texture. So I feel the graininess of my wooden desk. All right, next we're going to move on to the sense of sound and hearing. Okay, so observe 3 things that are around you now that you can hear and comment them below. We're going to move on to the next one, the sense of smell. Okay, so observe 2 things that you can smell right now. All right, now we'll move on to the last one, which is taste. So now you're going to find or observe 1 thing that you can taste. So the 5 senses exercise is a really great mindfulness practice. If you're, especially if you are someone who identifies as an overthinker or you find yourself spiraling, if you remember this activity and start bringing your senses into like the things you can see, you don't have to do it like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but you could do one of each even, or just focusing on vision or just focusing on one of the other senses that you like. Bringing that mindfulness in is going to bring you back to the now moment. Okay, so that's a really great practice if you're ever in kind of that state of mind, or notice yourself or bring awareness to the fact that you might be overthinking or stuck in a certain feeling or something like that. Let's switch gears here. We'll move into the final part of Mindful Monday, which is reading. So for the next about 10 minutes, I'll be reading from The Power of Now. We left off at a section called What Are They Seeking? Carl Jung tells in one of his books of a conversation he had with a Native American chief who pointed out to him that in his perception, most white people have tense faces, staring eyes, and a cruel demeanor. He said, "They are always seeking something. What are they seeking? The whites always want something. They are always uneasy and restless. We don't know what they want. We think they are mad." The undercurrent of constant unease started long before the rise of Western industrial civilization, of course, but in Western civilization, which now covers almost the entire globe, including most of the East, it manifests in an unprecedentedly acute form. It was already there at the time of Jesus, and it was there 600 years before that at the time of Buddha, and long before that. "Why are you always anxious?" Jesus asked his disciples. "Can anxious thought add a single day to your life?" And the Buddha taught that the root of suffering is to be found in our constant wanting and craving. Resistance to the now as a collective dysfunction is intrinsically connected to loss of awareness of being and forms the basis of our dehumanized industrial civilization. Freud, by the way, also recognized the existence of this undercurrent of unease and wrote about it in his book Civilization and Its Discontents. But he did not recognize the true root of the unease and failed to realize that freedom from it is possible. This collective dysfunction has created a very unhappy and extraordinarily violent civilization that has become a threat not only to itself, but to all life on the planet. Dissolving ordinary unconsciousness. So how can we be free of this affliction? Make it conscious. Observe the many ways in which unease, discontent, and tension arise within you through unnecessary judgment, resistance to what is, and denial of the now. Anything unconscious dissolves when you shine the light of consciousness on it. Once you know how to dissolve ordinary unconsciousness, the light of your presence will shine brightly, and it will be much easier to deal with deep unconsciousness whenever you feel its gravitational pull. However, ordinary unconsciousness may not be easy to detect initially because it is so normal. Make it a habit to monitor your mental emotional state through self-observation. Am I at ease at this moment? Is a good question to ask yourself frequently. Or you can ask, What's going on inside me at this moment? Be at least as interested in what goes on inside you as what happens outside. If you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. Primary reality is within, secondary reality without. But don't answer these questions immediately. Direct your attention inward. Have a look inside yourself. What kind of thoughts is your mind producing? What do you feel? Direct your attention into the body. Is there any tension? Once you detect that there is a low level of unease, the background static, see in what way you are avoiding, resisting, or denying life by denying the now. There are many ways in which people unconsciously resist the present moment. I will give you a few examples. With practice, your power of self-observation, of monitoring your inner state, will become sharpened. Freedom from unhappiness. Do you resent doing what you are doing? It may be your job, or you may have agreed to do something and are doing it, but part of you resents or resists it. Are you carrying unspoken resentment toward a person close to you? Do you realize that the energy you thus emanate is so harmful in its effects that you are in fact contaminating yourself as well as those around you? Have a good look inside. Is there even the slightest trace of resentment, unwillingness? If there is, observe it on both the mental and the emotional levels. What thoughts is your mind creating around this situation? Then look at the emotion, which is the body's reaction to those thoughts. Feel the emotion. Does it feel pleasant or unpleasant? Is it an energy that you would actually choose to have inside you? Do you have a choice? Maybe you are being taken advantage of. Maybe the activity you are engaged in is tedious. Maybe someone close to you is dishonest, irritating, or unconscious. But all this is irrelevant. Whether your thoughts and emotions about the situation are justified or not makes no difference. The fact is that you are resisting what is. You are making the present moment into an enemy. You are creating unhappiness, conflict between the inner and the outer. Your unhappiness is polluting not only your own inner being and those around you, but also the collective human psyche of which you are an inseparable part. The pollution of the planet is only an outward reflection of an inner psychic pollution. Millions of unconscious individuals not taking responsibility for their inner space. Either stop what you are doing, speak to the person concerned, and express fully what you feel, or drop the negativity that your mind has created around the situation and that serves no purpose whatsoever except to strengthen a false sense of self. Recognizing its futility is important. Negativity is never the optimum way of dealing with any situation. In fact, in most cases, it keeps you stuck in it, blocking real change. Anything that is done with negative energy will become contaminated by it, and in time give rise to more pain, more unhappiness. Furthermore, any negative inner state is contagious. Unhappiness spreads more easily than a physical disease. Through the law of resonance, it triggers and feeds latent negativity in others, unless they are immune, that is, highly conscious. Are you polluting the world or cleaning up the mess? You are responsible for your inner space, nobody else is, just as you are responsible for the planet. As within, so without. If humans clear the inner pollution, then they will also cease to create outer pollution. How can we drop negativity as you suggest? By dropping it. How do you drop a piece of hot coal that you are holding in your hand? How do you drop some heavy and useless baggage that you are carrying? By recognizing that you don't want to suffer the pain or carry the burden anymore and then letting go of it. Deep unconsciousness, such as the pain body or other deep pain, such as the loss of a loved one, usually needs to be transmuted through acceptance combined with the light of your presence, your sustained attention. Many patterns in ordinary unconsciousness, on the other hand, can simply be dropped once you know that you don't want them and don't need them anymore. Once you realize that you have a choice, that you are not just a bundle of conditioned reflexes. All this implies that you are able to access the power of now. Without it, you have no choice. And that is where we will stop for today. I will pull a mindful message because it's Mindful Monday. So I will pull a mindful message, take what resonates from it. What mindful message for today? Here we go. Okay, it says, coming my way. Unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. There you go. That could be an affirmation that you say, a mindset to carry with you, okay? That's the mindful message for today. And that is going to round out Mindful Monday for today. So thank you for joining me.